And for everyone who is flouting those rules, remember, it all comes at a cost. Not the one you're paying to procure those corrupt PUC certificates, but the one you pay with your life. But talking about that, the Delhi High Court had some important statements to make today. Breathing in Delhi has become a privilege, is what the Delhi High Court said. In fact, it called it out like so. It said air purifiers are no longer a luxury in the national capital, they're a life-saving necessity. And this is not an editorial opinion, this is the Delhi High Court speaking. As Delhi turns into a gas chamber, the stopgap measure, like Grab 4 restrictions, failed to deliver relief, and a PIL was filed demanding that an air purifier be reclassified, seeking reduction on GST from 18% to 5%. Right? Now, during this hearing, High Court came down heavily on the centre, slamming it for failing to act on air emergency on war footing. And when the government asked for more time, what did the court say? The court made a stinging remark, saying that centre must ensure that access to air purifiers for citizens, especially when they're unable to provide clean air, is in the first place. The bench, in fact, went on a step further, questioning why air purifiers cannot be temporarily exempted from GST during air emergency periods, even suggesting relief under the national emergency provisions for a week or even a month. An interim order was passed directing the centre to urgently consider reducing GST on air purifiers and asking GST Council to convene at the earliest, even virtually if required. The matter will be heard next on Friday. Nalini Sharma has been tracking all the details and joins me now. Nalini, it's a fascinating case. Good to hear the court sort of, take matters in their own hands and ask questions that all of us have been wondering. I mean, I'm sure you have an air purifier at your house, so do I, and we struggle with getting one in cases of whenever the smog goes up, there's a supply issue, prices go up, also filters are nowhere to be found. But what exactly can the government do? Can they make air purifiers in sort of the medical category and exempt them from GST?
Well, Sonal, according to what the Delhi High Court Chief Justice's bench said today, it's the least that the government can do is to try and make the air purifiers a little bit more affordable. And this is on similar lines to what the Supreme Court had also said earlier, that at the end of the day, it becomes a class issue because the more affluent class of people within the society buy air purifiers and are able to escape the pollution to a limited extent, but it's ultimately the poor who suffer. So it's very important for the government to step in and take any possible measures to increase the affordability of something as necessary as an air purifier while living in the national capital today. Essentially, what the Delhi High Court has ordered is for the GST Council to convene as soon as possible so that this matter can be looked into, even though some time was given to the central government to decide on to get instructions on what can be done. They came back with a one-line response that this is a decision that has to be taken on a policy level by the GST Council. So keeping that in mind, the High Court has asked the GST Council to convene as early as possible to see whether the 18% GST that is being charged on air purifiers right now can be brought down to 5%, which means that can the air purifiers be included into the essential medical category. So that's something that they're supposed to come back with a response on. On 26th, what we're expecting, Sonal, is for the centre to come back and tell the High Court how soon the GST Council meeting can be convened, because the government said that it's not only the central government that's involved, it's also state representatives, and it won't be fair for the central government to speak on behalf of the states. So it remains to be seen what happens on the 26th, but for now, the Delhi High Court has made sure that they intervene in this matter, that this is something that's looked at by the government on an urgent basis, considering the air quality that is going on in the capital right now.
Yeah, it seems like the courts have also sort of given up on any solution. They're also saying, okay, now the solution is air purifier, at least make that cheap and make it available, right? But let's see what happens on Friday on 26th on this one. Thanks so much, Nalini, for joining us with the very latest.